welcome back to Mom Gone Mild. I'm your host, Lex. I hope everyone had an amazing week and a fantastic Father's Day. We definitely spoiled the crap out of Randy. I just want to make sure I'm recording because it's the third time I've done this. Anyways, he deserves it. He's an amazing husband. He's a great father and he deserves to be spoiled. So, I feel like I say this every week, but I just read all your messages and they just remind me exactly why I started this podcast. I wanted to create a space where women felt comfortable, where they felt seen, and somewhere where we can honestly laugh together. All right, let's get into today's episode. We are talking about self-love. I know. You've heard those words 1,000 times. I feel like we hear love yourself, know your worth. We've all heard it. I get it. But I don't think many people really explain what self-love actually looks like. And honestly, I think we've really confused self-love with self-care. Now, don't chew my head off. Okay, I love self-care. Give me a Starbucks, fresh nails, a massage any day, and I'm not gonna say no. Self-care really does matter. It helps us recharge, but here's what I've honestly realized. Self-care makes you feel better. Self-love makes your life better, to be honest. Those are two completely different things because I could get my nails done. I could feel good for about an hour and I still answer the text I knew I shouldn't have with the response that I knew I shouldn't have. I could buy the cutest outfit and still look at myself in the mirror and pick apart everything that I see. I could look put together, I feel like on the outside, and still accept things that honestly were breaking me on the inside. And that's when it hit me. Maybe I wasn't loving myself as much as I thought I was. Looking back, I don't think I necessarily hated myself. I think I abandoned myself little by little, piece by piece. I said yes when I really wanted to say no. I ignored tons of red flags because I wanted to believe people would change. They didn't. I over-explained myself so many times because I was so afraid of upsetting anyone. I kept giving people chances they probably never would have given me. And I think that's who I thought I was, I guess. But now I realize something. Every time we ignore our own needs, every time we betray our own boundaries, I've done it so many times now. Every time we break another promise to ourselves, we're just teaching ourselves that we don't matter. And I have a feeling there's no way I'm the only woman who's done that. So today, I don't want to tell you love yourself. I feel like that's so kind of simple to say. I want to talk about what it actually looks like to love yourself. Because once I finally understood the difference, everything kind of started to change. And I want to say something before we keep going. I'm definitely not going to sit here and pretend like I've mastered any of this. I'm not trying to sell you a course or anything like that. I am literally on my own journey of self-discovery, self-realization. I'm growing, I'm learning. I'm trying to become the best version of myself, just one day at a time. I don't think I'll ever fully get there. It is a process. And honestly, I just love bringing you guys along with me because I do feel like every time I learn something that's helped me become a healthier, happier, stronger version of me, I do think gosh, I can't wait to share it with you guys because you guys have literally become my best friends, my sisters, not because I don't want you to think oh, she has all the answers because I don't know, maybe somewhere it can just help one person. Maybe it helps you. So what does self-love look like to me? Honestly, I wish it was this glamorous thing. It's not, bubble baths. It's not vacations. It's not buying yourself something because you've had a hard day. Sometimes it's just doing the things you don't feel like doing because you know they're good for you. For me, I feel like a huge example of this is my health. And I talk about this all the time because this is what I'm going through in real life. You guys know I've been on this journey over, I think it's like 5 months now. And people always ask me, oh, what finally changed? Like what clicked? And I feel like the truth is, it wasn't really motivation. I still get up and I'm not motivated. I'm not excited for leg day. I mean, I am excited because now I'm making a home gym and I worked really hard on it. So that's something I'm proud of. But what actually changed, I guess, was like the way I talk to myself. For years and years, I kept thinking like, when I lose the weight, then I'll love myself. But one day I realized I completely had it backwards. I started loving myself first. I decided I deserve to feel better, even before anything physically changed in me. And because of that, I finally started treating my body like someone I cared about. Not because I hated my body, but because I honestly appreciated it. And that to me changed everything. And I think this applies to so much more than health. I said, this is my thing. Maybe for you, it isn't the gym. Maybe it's finally leaving that relationship you've outgrown. Maybe it's making the doctor's appointment that you keep putting off. Maybe it's applying for the job that you really want, but you feel so comfortable in the job that you have now. Maybe it's simply, believing you're worthy of more than what you've been settling for. Self-love looks completely different for everyone, but one thing stays the same. It is literally asking yourself to show up. Even when it's uncomfortable, I feel like change, guys, it's always going to be uncomfortable. It's easy to stay just content. Even when nobody is clapping for you, even when literally no one else notices, but you will notice, because every time you keep a promise to yourself, I feel like that builds trust with yourself. And you got you. And that's saying a lot. I honestly think that's where confidence comes from too. Because for me, it's not like a number on the scale. It's not a compliment that somebody gives me. It's not from social media. It comes from honestly becoming someone you can count on. Like I said, I got me. And then I became a mom. And that's changed me in so many ways. I know I say it all the time, but it has. I never expected it, not just because I had Axel, but because he made me realize something. Someone is always watching. And before you think this only applies to moms, stay with me. Okay? I know. Not everyone that listens is a mom, but I think this applies to every woman, whether you have kids, you want kids someday, or you just never want kids at all. The way we love ourselves teaches other people how to love us. Motherhood, I guess, just made that kind of impossible for me to ignore anymore, because somewhere along the way, we normalize the idea that moms have to sacrifice everything. That is just the way to be the best mom. The mom who's exhausted, the mom who never asks for help, the mom who feels guilty, for taking 30 minutes to herself. And don't get me wrong, motherhood comes with sacrifice. I'd do anything for Axel. Every mom listening probably knows exactly what I mean. But I think we've confused sacrifice with self-abandonment. And there is a huge difference. If I'm completely, running on empty, if I'm overwhelmed, if I have nothing left to give, who does that actually help? Because it doesn't help me. It doesn't help Randy. It does not help my marriage whatsoever. And it definitely does not help my son. I don't want Axel growing up believing that loving your family means losing yourself. I want him to remember a mom who laughed, a mom who chased, her goals, a mom who took care of herself, I feel like a lot of people think that that's selfish, but it's not. I just want to be a mom who asks for help when she needs it. A mom who could say, I need a break, and that's fine without feeling so much damn guilt. Because one day, if Axel decides he wants his own family, I hope he encourages his wife to take care of herself too, because that's the example I want to set for him. I want him to grow up understanding that. And honestly, I think somewhere along the way, I don't know where it comes from, but women get this message that being strong meant being hard. Be the bad bitch. Never cry. Never let anyone know they hurt you. And listen, I still consider myself a bad bitch. I am that bitch. I will always say I am. Love a confident woman walking into the room like you own it. Know your worth. Protect your peace. But just let's not confuse confidence with closing our hearts, because I was like that too. But you can be a bad bitch and still be a soft one. You can have boundaries because they are healthy for you, and you can still be kind, and you can still know your worth, and you can still be vulnerable. I actually think there's something incredibly beautiful about a woman who's confident enough to say, yeah, that actually did hurt me, or speak up for yourself, or I need help. Okay, I don't have it all figured out, and that doesn't make me weak. I think it makes me human. I don't want life to make me hard. I mean, I've had that before, and it just was good for nobody. I wanted to make me wiser. I wanted to make me more resilient, more compassionate, because to me, the strongest women aren't the ones who never cry. I feel like they're the ones who keep loving even after they've been hurt. I know, I've been through it. I think that's real strength, to be honest. So if you take one thing away from this episode, I hope it is honestly this: self-love isn't something you magically wake up with one day. It's something you practice, and it's choosing yourself in just small little moments, the moments nobody claps for, the moments nobody sees. It's just you, and you're deciding to keep the promises you made to yourself. It's setting the healthy boundaries. It's asking for help when you need it. It's literally walking away from what keeps hurting you. It's just believing you're worthy of peace. Every person is. And here's the beautiful part: you don't have to do it perfectly, because trust me, I don't at all. There are still days where I overthink. I am such an overthinker. I hate it. But, days where I second guess myself. I'm human. Days where I have to remind myself of everything we've literally talked about today. I'm a work in progress. I'm learning too. And maybe that's what self-love really is. I feel like it's not perfection, just making the decision over and over again to stop, I guess, abandoning yourself. Because you deserve the same kind of kindness, the same grace, the same love that you give everyone, and you give it to them so freely. Why don't you give it to yourself? So I feel like that's a good place to stop. I'm going to stop preaching now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If this episode made you think of that one friend, your sister, your mom, or just another woman that needs this reminder, send it her way. And if you've guys been enjoying Mom Gone Mild, I ask you this all the time, but follow the podcast wherever you're listening. Leave a review. Follow me on Instagram at momgonemild_podcast. I do a lot of giveaways, so stay tuned. Of seeing your guys' messages, it means so much. Some of my best ideas come from your guys' messages, so please keep messaging me. And more importantly, love yourself enough to really choose yourself. As always, same time, same place next week. Bye.